There are cars sitting in driveways right now in 2026 that owners paid serious money for. And the moment they try to trade them in, they're getting destroyed on resale. We're not talking about normal depreciation here. This is value disappearing so fast it doesn't even make sense. So what changed? Well, a lot of these cars were overpriced to begin with. Then newer models got better and cheaper, and once buyers noticed, there was no going back. Today, we're breaking down 12 cars that have lost more value than they ever should have. We're starting at number 12 and working our way to the biggest resale disaster of them all. Let's get into it. Number 12, the Nissan Leaf. In 5 years, this car loses 64.1% of its value. On a car that cost you around $30,000, that's roughly $18,000 gone. That's rough. And look, the Leaf was early to the EV game. Nissan deserves credit for that. But being early doesn't mean being ready. Those first-generation batteries were air-cooled, not liquid-cooled like most EVs today. And in hot climates, owners watched their range shrink year after year. Some lost 20–30% of their battery capacity with no warning. And when you lose all that, hitting 100 miles on a full charge becomes impossible. Meanwhile, competitors started rolling out EVs with 300 miles or more. So now you're a used buyer looking at a Leaf and asking yourself one question. Why would I buy this when a new EV does double the range for similar money? Your answer to that question is exactly why offers stay low. Number 11, the Land Rover Discovery. 60% depreciation in 5 years. You paid $73,000 for this thing, and now you're staring at a loss of around $44,000. That's brutal. And here's the frustrating part. Land Rover did this to themselves. They've got the Defender for people who want rugged capability. They've got the Range Rover for people who want luxury. So where does that leave the Discovery? Stuck in the middle with no real identity. It's not rugged enough, it's not luxurious enough. It just kind of exists. And then you've got the reliability question. British luxury SUV with a complicated electrical system? Used buyers see that and immediately start calculating repair bills. They're not wrong either. Out of warranty maintenance on these is painful. So when someone's shopping in this price range, they skip right past the Discovery and grab a Defender instead. Same brand, more purpose, better resale. Your Discovery never stood a chance. Number 10, Nissan Armada. Now, this one's different. Every other car on this list is a luxury vehicle or an EV. The Armada, just a regular full-size SUV. And it's still here. If you have this car in your garage, just know you've lost about 60% of its market value. That means if you bought it at $74,000, you're down around $46,000 in 5 years. That's a reality check. Stop and think about that for a second. You're losing $35–40,000 on a Nissan. Not a Range Rover, not a BMW, a Nissan. So what happened? Nissan let this truck sit. Same design, same platform, year after year, while Ford and Chevy kept updating the Expedition and Tahoe. And that V8, it drinks fuel like crazy. You're looking at 14 miles per gallon in the city. The moment gas prices went up, buyers moved on. Nissan finally refreshed it in 2025, but the damage was already done. When someone wants a full-size SUV, they're grabbing a Tahoe. The Armada barely crosses their minds. Number 9, the Audi Q7. If you're driving one of these, you've already lost 61% of what you paid for it. On a $66,000 Q7, that's over $41,000 gone. That stings. And look, Audi makes a beautiful SUV. Nobody's arguing that. But beauty doesn't pay repair bills. Go price a brake job on one of these. Seriously, do it. You'll understand real quick why used buyers stay away. Out of warranty maintenance on German luxury vehicles is no joke, and the Q7 is one of the worst offenders. Owners on forums are posting trade-in offers of $10–12,000 on Q7s that are only 7 years old. Meanwhile, the Toyota 4Runner, it depreciates at 31.3%. The Q7 loses value nearly twice as fast as a 4Runner. Same money, completely different outcome. Buyers know this. That's why your Q7 sits on the lot while 4Runners sell in a weekend. Number 8, the BMW 7 Series. Let me just give you the number. $65,700. That's how much you lose on this car in 5 years. That's a staggering number. You could buy a brand new 3 Series with the money you lost on depreciation alone. So what went wrong? BMW redesigned this car and made a choice. They went bold. They literally polarized everything. Some people loved it, a lot of people didn't. And when you're asking for nearly $100,000, you can't afford to split the room. Buyers hesitated and the value started sliding fast. We're talking almost 30% gone in the first year alone. Let that sink in. You drive this off the lot and before your first oil change, you're down 30 grand. The electronics are complicated, the maintenance is expensive, and buyers doing the math realize it never adds up. 2/3 of your money gone, just like that. Number 7, the BMW 5 Series. You'd think the little brother would hold up better than the 7 Series. It doesn't. The hybrid version of the 5 Series loses 64.7% of its value in 5 years. You paid $73,000, you're now down over $47,000. That's stunning. And here's the trap owners walked into. Every new generation of the 5 Series gets more tech. More screens, more sensors, more driver assists, more everything. Sounds great when you're buying new, but 5 years later, when something breaks and you're out of warranty, that tech becomes a liability. Used buyers know this. They look at a modern BMW and see future repair bills. And BMW just keeps adding complexity, generation after generation. It's not a car anymore, it's a subscription to your local service department. That's why offers stay low and trade-ins disappoint. But wait until you see what's sitting at number 1, you'll be genuinely amazed. And real quick, if you're getting value from this, hit the like button. It takes 1 second and helps us out a lot. All right, back to the list. Number 6, the Cadillac Escalade ESV. $80,000. That's what some owners have lost on this thing in 5 years. This one hurts. And it's not like the Escalade is a bad truck. It's not. But everything about owning one costs you money. Gas? You're filling up a tank the size of a swimming pool. Insurance? Through the roof. Maintenance? Cadillac prices on a GM platform. And here's where it gets frustrating. GM keeps flooding the market with new Escalades while simultaneously pushing the electric Escalade IQ. So used values tank because there's always a newer, shinier one on the lot. Meanwhile, smart buyers figured out the game. The Chevy Suburban sits on the exact same platform. Same bones, same capability, but tens of thousands cheaper. So why pay the Cadillac premium when you can get the Suburban and pocket the difference? That badge looks nice in your driveway, but the used market doesn't care about badges. Number 5, the Tesla Model X. Here's a stat that should make every Model X owner nervous. Between March 2024 and March 2025, this car lost over 15% of its value. In 1 year, that's painful. And the total damage after 5 years? 63.4% depreciation. You're looking at over $53,000 gone if you bought this brand new. But here's the thing, Tesla did this to you. Every time Elon drops the price on a new Model X, your used one takes the hit. And he keeps dropping prices. So why would anyone buy yours when they can get a brand new one for less? Then you've got those Falcon Wing doors. They look cool until something breaks. And when it breaks, you're paying Tesla prices to fix Tesla engineering. Add in battery replacement anxiety, build quality complaints that never really went away, and you've got a used car that scares buyers off before they even schedule a test drive. Number 4, the Tesla Model S. According to IC Cars, no Tesla lost more value on the used market in 2025 than this one. Year over year, the Model S dropped 17.2%. That's the worst of any car in the entire study. This one's almost sad. You're looking at 65% depreciation over 5 years. That's over $52,000 vanished from your driveway. But you know the sad part about this? The Model S used to be the car, the one that put Tesla on the map. But that was the problem. It was first, and in the EV world, being first means you're the one who gets outdated fastest. The tech moves so quick that a Model S from 2 or 3 years ago already feels like ancient history to buyers. Meanwhile, Tesla keeps cutting prices on new models and flooding the used market with inventory. So your Model S is competing against newer, cheaper, better versions of itself. And that's exactly the trap current owners are stuck in. Number 3, Lucid Air. Imagine this. You bought a Lucid Air Grand Touring in 2022. You paid $154,000. Today, that same car is trading in the 50s. That stings differently, doesn't it? We're talking 66.3% depreciation. Some owners lost over $100,000, and Lucid made it worse. To move inventory, they started slashing prices by $20,000, $25,000 on new models. So if you bought early, you got punished for it. Newer buyers got the same car for way less, and your resale value collapsed overnight. Stop and think about that for a second. Then there's the startup question. Used buyers look at Lucid and wonder if this company will even exist in 5 years. Will there be parts? Will there be service centers? Nobody knows. And in late 2025, Lucid launched their Recharged Certified Pre-Owned program. That tells you everything. Even Lucid knows they have a depreciation problem. Number 2, Mercedes-Benz EQS. You're probably wondering, what's a Mercedes doing on this list? Well, they are because it set a record nobody wants. According to IC Cars, the EQS has the worst first-year depreciation of any car on the market. In 12 months, this thing loses 47.8% of its value. You paid $130,000 for your EQS, and after 12 months, it's worth $65,000. That's a gut punch. Think about what that means for owners. You haven't even finished your first year of payments, and you're already underwater by tens of thousands of dollars. So what happened? Mercedes priced this car for exclusivity, but the market priced it for reality. The luxury EV hype faded fast. Competitors showed up with better range and newer tech, and suddenly your flagship Mercedes felt like yesterday's news. Mercedes bet big on being the luxury EV king. The used market said no thanks. Number 1, the BMW i7. This is the one, the ultimate king of worthless cars. 77% depreciation in 5 years. If you bought this car brand new for $160,000, you've lost over $91,000. That is historic. Let me put that in perspective for you. The money you lost on depreciation alone is more than the price of a brand new BMW M2. You could have bought an entire car with what you lost. In just 3 years, the i7 drops 61.6%. And here's the real problem. BMW knows their next generation of EVs are coming. The new A-Class platform is right around the corner. So what does that make the i7? A transition car, a placeholder. Used buyers see it the same way. Why would they pay serious money for a car that BMW is already moving on from? You're not buying a car at this point. You're buying a bridge to nowhere. The worst depreciating vehicle on this list, and it's not even close. So that's the list. 12 cars that lost owners serious money. Which one of these surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's a good time. We're always watching the numbers, so you don't have to. See you in the next one.